Are you ready for something
terrifying,
something truly
horrifying,
something that will keep you mildly awake at night thinking about how useless it was to watch this video? Well, then you're at the right place. We are going through the scariest quiz ever. Just 10% could survive. Honestly, I'm curious. I have my headphones on because if this is a legit scary quiz, then I would expect some audio cues or something in the back. If it is more of a comedic spin on it, then I'm not expecting much. Anyway, are you brave enough to take the scariest quiz ever? These disturbing questions will haunt you. Just 10% could survive. They really hark on the 10%. Anyway, let's see what this quiz actually entails other than being the scariest quiz ever. Choose a path to start your scary journey. Mountain, candy shop, dormitory, police station. I am a fan of the mountains because it gives it a creepy, eerie vibe, and if you are on the mountain at night, I think it looks a little bit off, so I like that. So let's go with the mountain. Which item do you want to carry during the journey? A flashlight, a camera, a walkie-talkie, or a knife? So if I have a flashlight, then this is like more of a classical horror experience. I'm being filmed third person, you can see everything that's going on. If I have a camera, this is found footage, which has already a bad rap, but I'm a sucker for found footage. Walkie-talkie, I don't care about unless there's someone I don't know talking to me from the other side, which is leading me to where I need to go, which would give this a really cool feel. So I would be inclined to that to make it extra scary. Of course, a knife being prepped for whatever may come, sure. I would opt to take my phone with me. Doesn't need to be able to have connection or anything. But then I would have a flashlight and a camera at the same time. But honestly, I'm on a mountain at night, a flashlight would be good. What kind of body type would you like to have in the story? Nimble and quick, cute and petite, average, and tall and athletic. I think my body goes more towards tall and athletic. I would like to be able to shapeshift between cute and petite and tall and athletic. But I'm also nimble and quick. Tall and nimble is not something that's exclusive to one another. But I think I would go in there as is, so with my tall and athletic build, so that something that does not know what I am might be intimidated just because I am tall. You hear footsteps coming from an abandoned asylum. How do you react? I thought I was on a mountain. Mountain asylum? It's Outlast. I hide, I scream and run, I investigate the noise, I call the cops. If you did not give me the option to have my phone with me, I assume I cannot call the cops. So I'm just gonna hide. Scream and run is dumb because why should I scream? Running, you give yourself away, bad idea. Investigate the noise, also a bad idea. Just hide. You hear where something's coming from, you can hide away from it. Be ready, investigate what's going on. If it seems to be not a problem, then cool. If it seems to be a problem, not cool. But you're hidden. Something brushes against your leg while swimming. What do you do? Eat a fish. Most likely eat a fish. Or algae. Doggo is thirsty in the background. I would get out of the water as fast as possible. I would assume it was nothing and kept swimming. I would dive down to investigate it. I'd ask for help. Well, it is a horror thing, so probably getting out of the water as fast as possible would be the safe thing, because assume it was nothing and keep swimming would get me killed. I would dive down to investigate it and I'd ask for help. I would not dive down. I'm already a bit terrified of the deep water as is, so diving down seems like a bad idea. But I would not get out of water. I'd ask for help. Is someone there for help? If there's nobody around me. Again, if I'm alone in this whole story for myself, I don't know if asking for help is a good idea. So, if I just keep going, I'm dead. But I would just keep going because I need to get out somewhere. Maybe that then. You saw a figure in the cemetery at night. What do you do? I leave the cemetery. All of that, I wanna reiterate that is happening on a mountain because that's where a journey takes place. A figure in the cemetery at night. I leave the cemetery, I say hi or wave to see its reaction. I try to scare it away. I approach the figure to see what it is. I don't know why I'm at the cemetery, so I'll probably just leave. I have no reason to be there to begin with. I don't need to wave and say hi. I'm not gonna try to scare just some random person. I'm not gonna approach some random person. So honestly, I don't have no business to be here. I'm just gonna leave. Your friend wants to take you on a haunted house tour. What do you say? Well, I say, heck yeah! I say no and suggest doing something else. Depending on my mood, that might also be correct. I say fine because it sounds exciting. Yeah. It depends on my mood, also 100% correct. I'm always up for a challenge. I say fine because it sounds exciting. It would be so fun to go into a haunted house. Like a haunted house tour sounds fun. What if you heard scratching from the attic? Well, I remain calm and investigate the source. I assume it's an animal and ignore it. I immediately go up to the attic to investigate it. I run out of the house. Okay, wait, no. I wanted to say if I assume in my own apartment right now. First of all, there is no attic. We are living right under the roof. So we had scratching noises and something was loose on the roof and that's it. If it was an animal, also wouldn't care about that because whatever. But again, we are in a house on a mountain and we hear scratching from the attic. I don't know if I need to investigate the source myself. I don't know if I need to go up there. I don't know if I need to investigate. I don't want to run out. I remain calm and investigate the source. But I remain calm. Because if you get worked up, you make mistakes, you're too hasty, and you die. So we remain calm and investigate the source. What if you saw a freshly dug up grave at the cemetery? I just ignored it. I tell others about it. I search around to find other interesting clues. I call the cops. Again, I'm gonna assume I don't have a phone to call the cops because I'm on a mountain and all I have is a flashlight, but I'm tall and athletic. And yet again, I see a random grave, not inside of a graveyard this time, that is just dug up. I'm gonna ignore it. I don't have business with that. There's other weird crap going on that may be freshly dug up. Whatever. There might be my name on that grave. I don't need to know that because I'm gonna survive. Who cares? You bought a haunted doll as a joke, but now its eyes are following you around. How do you react? So I bought a haunted doll on top of the mountain from some random vendor because I felt like it, and now the eyes are following me around while I'm up there. I get rid of the doll immediately. I tell a friend about it. I don't know how I would do that. I sell it on eBay. Again, don't have a phone, don't know how I would do that. I keep it. I mean, it's haunted and its eyes are following me around. It does not say it's willing to do me any harm. A haunted doll might also be a good thing for me. I could try to commune. I could try to help that thing. We could make that work. I keep the doll. That doll's gonna go the mile with me. You're camping when you see a 9-foot tall guy in the distance. What do? Okay, we're camping now. On the mountain with a haunted doll. Never forget that. Now we have a doll and a flashlight. 2 items in the possession. I hide and wait for the man to pass. I might approach the man to see who he is. I grab my gun and walk towards him. I don't have a gun and I can't call the cops. So I can't do neither of those unless I get a gun all of a sudden when I choose that. But we're gonna hide and wait for the man to pass. We still have a scary doll that is haunted with us. We're gonna be fine, I assume. You heard a loud scream from an abandoned hospital. Now what? There is a lot going on that mountain, I wanna say. I call the police and report the scream. No phone. Can't do that unless my doll can psychically communicate with the police. Maybe that's an option. I assume it's just an animal and go back to sleep. I investigate the source. I'll break down in tears and ask for help. Well, I have no business with the hospital. Why should I care? I assume it's an hospital. And I go back to sleep, I guess. That's all in the earshot of my camp that I put up where the tall man just walked through that I hid away from. Just keep in mind the logistics of how everything's laid out so that we know where we are right now. So this is still within our campsite's range. A serial killer is chasing you. Choose one of the exits now. Okay, a maze. Oh boy, I hate mazes. An abandoned road. on top of the mountain, a thick forest, or a rocky mountain. We are already on a rocky mountain, so now we get chased by a serial killer. I guess we've been away from the camp now, and we can get chased up even further on a rocky mountain. I'm gonna go with the rocky mountain since we're technically on it. We could go into a thick forest on top of the mountain. It could give me an advantage, and we still have a haunted doll, never forget. So we're gonna go into the forest, we're gonna get advantage there. I'm good in the underbrush, so gonna get that done. A ghost that's only seen in mirrors is haunting you. Do you cover all the mirrors, call your doctor, break all the mirrors, try to talk to the ghost? I arrived in a spot inside of the forest that has a lot of mirrors while still being chased by a serial killer. I'm gonna try to talk to the ghost. I mean, why not? I have a haunted doll. Maybe we can work something out here. I mean, hey, who says that you want to harm me and not the serial killer? We can make some magic happen here, okay? You found a strange box in the cave that has the words "Do not open" engraved on it. Do you leave it be? Ask a friend to open it? Are we talking about the ghost that's that's living inside the mirrors? I assume that now I have a hand mirror with me with the other haunted ghost in it. So that's also in the party. So now it's a haunted doll, a ghost that's haunting mirrors, and my person still being chased by a serial killer. Now in the cave. So I could ask the doll to open it. I don't know what that would do for the doll. Would it kill the doll potentially? Can the doll die? Open it immediately or sell it on eBay. Why can't I sell everything on eBay? I would sell it on Etsy. Better market. Honestly, I would just take it with me. But that's not an option, so we just leave it be. It says do not open. Why should I even open it then? I don't care. I already have my pasta with me. I don't need whatever else is in there. It can be there. I'm fine. You tried summoning ghosts with a bunch of friends. I guess with my doll and the other ghost. And now one of them is acting strange. What do you do? Which one? The ghost or the doll? Take them to the hospital. The one that we heard screaming from. That is who knows how far back. Ask if they're okay, tell them to stop the cab and continue. The cab? Tell them to stop the cab and continue? What? Act strange like them to prank others. I'm gonna ask, again, it's either the ghost that is now haunted by a ghost, or the doll that is haunted by a ghost, which would probably make more sense, because there's already something inside of the doll, now there's something else inside the doll, there's two things, so I'm gonna ask if they're okay, maybe we can make something work there. You wake up in a dark room and a clown with a big hatchet is staring at you. What do you say to him? First of all, I love your makeup. I try to reason with the clown and escape, I try to be friendly and nice, I talk shit to him and scare him off. He has the hatchet, I don't think he is scared of me. I say nothing and keep my eyes shut. Well, we're already in there. I'm not gonna try to be friendly, because they have a hatchet, they're in a dark room with me, they have an intent. So I'm gonna try to reason with the clown. And the reasoning is, I have a doll that is haunted by two ghosts, and another ghost that haunts mirrors. You don't wanna fuck with me. Just wanna point that out, but if you're interested, you can be part of the posse as well. We still need a bard, and the clown seems like a perfect bard for this haunted crew that I've assembled at this point. Think about it, buddy. An unknown number sent you this. I'm in the basement. Come play with me. I don't know the logistics anymore, so we were in a dark room with the clown. I convinced the clown to become part of my party, so now I have a doll with two ghosts in it, a ghost that is inside of a mirror, and a clown in my party. And then we get an unknown number sending us a message that says it's in the basement of probably the room that the clown is in. So I assume the clown has a phone, because I don't have a phone. We established that. I only have a flashlight and a group of people now. So we ignore the text, we reply with a funny text, we investigate my basement. This is probably from the perspective of the clown. And we call the cops and report the incident. We have a phone, we could call the cops now. But honestly, I don't care about that. If the clown wants to go down, sure. But I think we just ignore the text and move on with our journey. What kind of horror movies are your favorite? Slasher films are smart characters. Horror comedies, I love horror comedies. Found footage films, I'm a sucker for found footage, honestly. I like them. I know they are a little bit overdone and they can be really cheesy and annoying at times, but I'm a sucker for them. I just love the concept. And gore films with lots of violence, I don't like gore fests because they're just, the biggest scare in a gore fest is just how gruesome is it going to be, and that's boring. I love, like, slasher films, Slasher and gory films are both, they're enjoyable, but for me, I like those that don't necessarily have a lot of violence going on, but that just keep you on your toes and have high tension throughout the whole thing. Psychological horror and stuff like that is gorgeous. I love it. So from all of that, I think I'm gonna go for, well, found footage is... honestly, I like horror comedies out of all of these the most. Because again, gory movies are just gory mostly. Slasher films can be scary, they have sometimes really good atmosphere. But they're not necessarily scary for me, because some of them are actually quite cheesy as well. So they kinda dip their toes into the horror comedy aspect at times. But for the most part, I just love the psychological horror ones. That make you feel a lot more dread in general, because I love the atmosphere of them a lot more. So I'm gonna go with horror comedies in that case, because that's the options that you give me. Am I gonna watch a movie with my posse now? That'd be fun. Pick one path to escape this horror. A road filled with giant but non-venomous spiders. We could get an animal companion. A road filled with scary cult members. I don't need someone else there. A road filled with slow zombies. Okay. A dark road with abandoned buildings. We're gonna take a road filled with giant but non-venomous spiders, because maybe we can get ourselves a pet. And that would be fun, wouldn't it? You survive! Your quick thinking and safety first attitude saved your life. People like you might not be the coolest characters in scary movies, but they live. Sorry, what about the things that I've done are not cool? I have a double haunted doll, I have a mirror ghost, and I have a killer clown, and a non-venomous giant spider in my party. What makes you think that that's not cool? Everything that tried to murder me is now in my party and is not only protecting me, but also probably going to kill someone else. I mean, sorry? We're glad you escaped the lurking horror in our quiz, but remember, the game's not over. Now that you have taken this creepy test, the shadows will forever follow you. Honestly, it was not necessarily scary, but it was enjoyable because it gave me a world to build upon. And honestly, I will not complain about the fact that I have a freaking cool haunted party with me now. Like seriously, mirror ghost, spooky double haunted doll, murder clown. I'm happy about that. That's the best outcome I could have gotten out of that. So better not mess with me during October, because I have these with me. Oh yeah, and my giant not venomous spider. It can't poison you, doesn't mean it can't eat you. See you next time. Bye.